everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Opening week in the NFL is an exciting time for everybody, including these two teams here today. It's the Packers going up against the Jaguars. The opening kick of the new season is straight ahead as we turn it over to our broadcast duo of Brandon First.
First opened in 1995, there's a look inside Everbank Field here in the River City of Jacksonville, Florida. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Green Bay Packers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. An early season tilt, and when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet, and both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And they'll run it here. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. And, Charles, we get a look here at the key inactives. And I tell you what, a big list for being this early in the season.
If there's any silver lining at all, you're hoping you can get these guys back, and now you'll play well down the stretch with them. But what you're also hoping is that the guys who have to play for them, the next man up mentality kicks in, and those guys take care of business.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Defense is going to every game talking about winning the early downs to make third down a difficult assignment for an offense. On that play, the defense accomplished its goal.
So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
And Escobar has it left side. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. Nothing on the scoreboard, 0-0 as the offense gets ready to take over the football. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Good use of the pass there to pick up the first down against a defensive look that they had specifically prepared for, they told us, coming into this one.
Certainly seems like they're holding all the right cards now, doesn't it? Because of their preparation. Went back, watched the tape, studied the tendencies, and they feel like they had them down cold, and they were able to use the pass against them.
Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it, because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. That's complete right around the 8. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Gavin Escobar from 10 yards out. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. The offense set to take the field here as they have the football in the final minute of this first quarter. Rodgers now on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 10 yards on the pickup there. And the Packers are going to have a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. So 1 quarter in the books on NFL kickoff weekend. 7-all is the score. More from Jacksonville after this. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. And they've got it here with a 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Now it's Rodgers. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Call it a gain of 3. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. This is brought in at the 21. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Here's the Packer defense getting set to go again. They have to recover a little bit. Last time they couldn't stop the run. They really couldn't stop the pass either.
And it wasn't just physically. It's mentally because the offense appears to be a step ahead.
So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. They come out here in the eye. Rodgers now on first down. To the right side, complete to Escobar. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So the hard count gets them there. Neutral zone infraction.
Yeah, the defense thought they had the timing down, but the quarterback hit him with a hard count, got him to jump.
On second down, here's Rodgers. Looking deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. 70 yards. And the Packers have taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's got some space here. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. 75 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic...
And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Throwing now is Rodgers. And Ty Montgomery has it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it second down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. He takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
So following the run, we'll see what they do here on third down. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. A reminder coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of our first half.
LR, that's my man.
That's your guy. Hard throw, incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Here comes Blake Bortles now to lead his offense back out there. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing, and I think as the captain of the offense. Now following the interception, this offense will get another shot at it as they'll quickly head back onto the field. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. One receiver left, three to the right. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Flush to his right. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Looking middle, and that's complete. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And the offense lining up 1st and 10.
26.
They go play action here on 1st down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you downstate to Orlando to check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Jaguars haven't played their best football and trail because of it. The Packers have come in and looked good as the road team, and will just keep trying to play hard and maintain the lead going forward. All right, let's do this. Here's the first half highlights. Midway through the first, Rodgers got the completion here, and he caps off the 6-play drive with the score. We're brand new at 7. We go to the second quarter, and he'll be tackled at their own 29-yard line. Packers on offense midway through the second. They'll go with the run here, and he'll end up sprinting into the end zone. Packers up by a touchdown. So that's it for us at the EA Sports Studio. We'll go back now to Jacksonville for the start of the second half.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking? So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. He's got his man on the crossing route. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Here's Rod. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. And, Charles, they only needed a yard there. They try to pass the football. What do you think?
Well, I can't really go all out and kill them for the call because that 3rd and 1 fake and throw it over the top for a big play, that often does work. But in this situation, the pressure got to him.
This is taken at about the 14. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And that was a nice play by the defense. And it is tough to be an offensive lineman nowadays, especially if you're dealing with how the defensive tackles have evolved. Their quickness, their agility, their speed has changed the big guys in the middle, the center, and the offensive guards. Formerly, they were just power players. Now they have to be light on their feet as well to keep up with the speed of the defensive players.
Gavin Escobar, his big tight end, was the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Now it's Rodgers. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now 4th down.
But, partner, anytime someone tells me their fundamentals are leaving the game, I'm going to show them this play because they couldn't get to the passer. So what do you have to do? Get your hands up in the passing lane, and they batted it away on a 3rd down attempt.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. Drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The tackle is made by Micah Hyde.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Going for the deep, and this is caught inside the 5. That one goes for 36 yards.
They took a shot downfield towards the end zone, and he came up with a big-time catch, but he was tackled a little bit short of the goal line. Now the defensive guys, they got to pick their heads up and try and hold them to a field goal attempt.
They come out here in the eye. 1st and goal. Defense with their backs against the wall. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Looks like the defense. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. From the gun, it's Rodgers. That's caught at the 2. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Well, they've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? They come out here in the eye. Now 3rd down and goal from the 1. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A great play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up a... So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you score.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
10 yards to go on 3rd. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. We get a look at the Packers defense as they work their way into position. And in a tight ball game like this, the defense looking for a stop. You kind of, it's what. And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. They come out here in the eye. And on the ground they go with a running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
So 3rd and 5, 3rd and medium here. One receiver left, 2 to the right. Throwing is Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And back out onto the field comes the Packers defense. Their stay on the field last time was short-lived with a 3-and-out. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Time starting to run out here in the 4th. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And a quick throw here that's complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down. So this offense really needs to make something happen here late in the 4th with the football. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. This is Montgomery with a grab over the middle. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
Oh, man. 4th down and 1, and you're on your own side of midfield. That takes a little bit of courage to pull off. But they went ahead and snapped it, and it'll work out for them as they get the first down.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Back to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. A great effort there in the final minute. And the Packers have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
So how many practices have we watched over time where the offense works on scoring late in the game?
And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion. Rodgers will throw for it. And it is incomplete, so they can't convert for 2. And now the lead stays at 5. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
After the TD, here's Carpenter on to kick it away. On the return, this is Micah Hyde. And a nice return sets him up. Pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. 1 possession game. Very much a factor. How does the He'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Back to throw. Surveying the field. He's going to let it fly. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete.
Well, the obvious goal is to try and score a touchdown, but at the least, adding to a pretty big yardage total for his intended receiver there, huh?
Yeah, well, when you've got a guy over 150 yards, keep chucking it deep to him, I guess.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You can get it to him short, and he can make plays that way. But I like what you just said. Throw it to him deep and get it in a big chunk.
But incomplete on that try. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. And down by 5. They've got to go for it here on 4th down. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right.
Here we go now. Green, 90. Green, 90. 50.
They'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. The Packers looking to get out of here with a win as they take the knee. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. And, partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, Week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for Green Bay, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll return home next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden NFL.